Welcome to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast, where we explore the fundamental abilities and insights that make us better humans. Here's your host, Christina Eanes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Essential Skills for Humaning. I'm your host, Christina Eanes, and today we are welcoming Grace Najean. Welcome, Grace.
Thank you so much for having me, Grace. I'm
Now,
so honored.
Thank you. Now, before we get into our topic, from burnout to brilliance, leading with energy, can you share a little bit about your background for our listeners?
Sure. So my name is obviously Grace Najean. In French, it's Najean. It's a French name, Grace Najean. So I'm a coach and a speaker in self-leadership and also founder of the Soul Brilliance. And you'd ask, what does it mean? I never heard about this word, right? Soul Brilliance. It's a soul and influence in one word. So exactly, soul brilliance. So influenced by soul, yeah? So my journey has been a little bit unconventional, I would say. I began as a professional pianist, then
Wow.
moved into, corporate strategy leader, and then later spent over 8 years as a master coach with Tony Robbins, working with leaders all over the world. And I have my own coaching practice. So today I bring all of that together. So the discipline of performance from piano and the strategy of a business and the depth of spiritual practices. So to help my clients, high achievers like me, you attract the same people, right? But who are burnt out from chasing success. So I consider myself as an integration architect. I will explain to you later, but I guide them to align body, mind, and consciousness so they can step into leadership and feels effortless and authentic and impactful. So my mission and my role is like a really bridging business and corporate world and spiritual to unlock what I call authentic influence with the soul.
Oh, I love that. And I have so many questions. It's like where to start. So, yeah, like you, I have a quite a varied background, which seems like they're in very different areas. But I love how you brought them together because essentially we're using the same skill set, the same values, the same throughout the varied past. I love that. Well, let's start then with since we're talking about from burnout to brilliance. Can you share maybe a little bit of how we get to the point of burnout, and then we'll shifting to brilliance?
Yeah, sure. So seriously, how many of us, even all of your success still feel like you are consistently running on empty? Or like no matter how much we achieve, where always there's a deadline, another demand, the expectations, and all that, right? So that's what I call achievement fatigue. So it looks like this, constant pressure, decision fatigue, your energy is drained, success on paper, but you have a sense of unfulfillment. Yeah. So this is a really reality of most of high achievers, like any domain, business or high performers or whatever. And I've worked with, they are brilliant minds, but caught in a circle of pressure at work, or burnout, and repeat and repeat and repeat, and it's exhausting and then unsustainable. So what I call the knowledge trap. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Can you say a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So the knowledge trap is this is a really fascinating part. Yeah. So it's not they don't know what to do. That's the worst thing, right? They all know. They read the books. They are, they've taken courses, seminars, go to Tony Robbins, and all these things, right? And they are intelligent and driven and resourceful and all that. I think they already have more knowledge than most people. But the knowledge really changed the way they feel daily basis? No. Most of my clients, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because they caught up, what I called, as I mentioned, knowledge trap. Because it's where you keep gathering information, but it doesn't translate into lasting transformation.
Yeah.
Why? Because information doesn't change your life.
Yep.
Integration does. That's what I mentioned at the beginning. I call myself integration architect.
Yeah. I love that. And that's so true. I bet there's so many people relating right now, right? We gather all that information, that knowledge, all of that, and then we don't make the change. So then how do we, it sounds like the next part we need to go into, how do we integrate?
Yeah, so I think when you learn to regulate your energy and then reset your nervous system, I think body needs to be aligned first, and after that, the mind and consciousness. It was like already many years ago. Body mind soul was a very like a trendy word, right? And at the time, I was like, it's like only yoga people, spiritual people, And the more I do, seriously, I've done like thousands hours of training. Yeah. So I spent 8 years with the Tony Robbins, and as I mentioned, I trained the Landmark. I did Abraham Hicks, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and Oneness University in India. I did TM meditation, Vipassana, yoga,
Wow.
Qigong, Tai Chi, name it, right? So all the
Uh-huh.
things, because I was so fascinated by that. What I didn't mention was I had this experience of heart awakening, heart center awakening,
Yeah.
2012 or 13. It just came to me. So from there, I was searching for the way how I can get even deeper and understanding what was happening really. But anyway, so what I discovered after all that, over decades of research is each of these approach is powerful, really, and they often focus on just one part, only mind or body, or mind and body, or just consciousness is spirituality, or spirituality into the body. But what was missing for me anyway, from outside, was integration. Yeah, the proof is people all know, they understand, they're brilliant, but they don't do it, right? It's integration to you. So
Mm-hmm.
it starts with your body and mind and soul, and that led to the what I call 3D, 45 dimensional leadership
Mm.
as well, because it's such a connection there. So I created that soul fluence triad, which is a body, mind, soul. I call it vessel,
Mm-hmm.
compass, and light, and alignment.
Oh, so then how do we, it may be some actionable strategies for our listeners, how do we move towards that integration?
So it it depends on where you are. Yeah, right now, are you really 3D world or 4D world?
Yeah.
But it depends on where you are. But most of people do some of the kind of mindfulness and meditation nowadays. But for people who doesn't even know what the heck she's talking about, right? Let's start from body, right? It's so simple. People wouldn't believe it, right? So I always I'll suggest like a 10 minutes every day to start with. That's like a 3 minutes of breathing, 3 minutes of your mind, and 3 minutes of consciousness. So what is it? So like the coherence of breathing, like 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 if you are out, well trained. So 5, 6, breathe in and breathe out continuously, just for 2 minutes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
either set you really your nervous system, the synthetic and parasympathetic, yes, system it will be set. After 2 minutes, if you feel good, go to 3 minutes, push to 5 minutes. Yeah, it will really make you really well start the day. Yeah, with
Yeah.
the low level of cortisol. Um, After that, from that space, just set the day. Each morning, write down your top 3 priorities. And then close your eyes, and then how you want it be. What is your outcome you want to achieve? Now, how are you going to do it? What you going to do it? But just visualize the end, how you want to
Mm.
end. Yeah, that goals, right? So that's a part of visualization. Some people not visual, so just you can write down. And after that, you just put your hands on your heart, right? And so what we call that's heart brain coherence. Yeah, when your heart brain is coherent, you are coherent, right? Your brain is coherent. So put your hands on your heart and breathe through your heart. And from that space, you say, I am grateful for, whatever comes to you. For 2 minutes, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my dinner last night. I'm grateful
Mhm.
for the weather. I'm grateful for my children. Whatever comes for 2 minutes, yeah. So that's altogether 9-10 minutes. That's it. If you do
Yeah.
every day that 10 minutes, and seriously, if you don't have 10 minutes for yourself,
Yeah.
what is your life worth for?
Yeah.
Isn't
Well,
it?
and by investing in that 10 minutes, you're actually gaining so much more throughout the day, right?
Guarantee you, guarantee.
Yeah.
I saw a young man, 25 years old, doing the coherence breathing 15 minutes a day, commitment
Wow.
15 minutes. He changed his life 6 months later. Completely changed.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? And there's a lot of science right behind this. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so much. Yeah. So what
Absolutely.
about for those the 4D people? What are
Mm,
some ways that they can go a little further?
yeah. So the, can I go just a 3D? Just a
Sure.
difference between compound and 3D.
Sure.
So 3D is really about, strategy, logic, and then an effort and pushing and then all productivity, and then
Mhm.
so by result you have a consistent stress, energy drained and all that. But now there's a reason why we are staying in that 3D. For me, there are two reasons why we are staying there. So one is the conditioning
Mhm.
from parents, even if they love us. Yeah, I love my daughter, but still I condition her. Or
Yeah.
whatever I thought, I think it's the best for her, but still conditioning. Yeah, and teachers are telling us to work hard and get ahead and get good score and right whatever. And from the culture as well, cultures, the society, and then social proof, and all that. It's firstly is conditioning, yeah. So it's not your fault. You don't choose to be. I'm gonna be 3D and then I don't move it. It's not about that, right? And second thing is quite important. Have you ever seen the movie Matrix? Really, love it. I watched it 5 times. And what I call is a matrix of money and time.
Mm.
So from the childhood, when you are young, we are conditioned to make a decisions through only two things: do I have time, or do I have money?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
same thing. Parents, teachers, education, cultures, corporate life or business. Everybody just tell you make the decision through that, right?
Mhm.
So, but the problem is when every decision is made through lens of time and money, what's the result? We are always living in scarcity.
Yeah.
There's never enough time. There's never enough money, right? So eventually it leads you, I'm never enough, right? So that matrix give you survival mode and a fearful mode and lack of
Yeah.
chasing something you don't have all the time. So that's, I think, the main reason why we are in the world.
Yeah. So then we take the red pill and we become 4D people?
Exactly, absolutely. That's a decision. Seriously, it is
Uh-huh.
commitment. It is commitment and decision, once you are aware. Yeah. So that's the 40 is word of awareness.
Mhm.
Yeah. So for this start, like people do emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and meditation, and self-reflection, journaling, coaching, therapy, and all these things, right? So you begin to notice instead of just reacting. Yeah. Because you can disconnect. You can disconnect from the what's going on. So once you are aware, you can do something. Yeah. So they start to ask what really matters to me. Yeah. And it's a beginning of awakening, seriously, and it's really powerful. But there's challenge too. Because
Yes.
many leaders, when you are full of information, you stuck there too. You stuck in your head.
Mhm.
So they read more books, they go to more workshops, and then they talk about growth, and they start to preach everyone, your partner, your children, your coworker, you should have done this. Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
What? Anyway, so that's what we do, right? I call this knowledge trap version 2. Um, you're more conscious, but you're still thinking about
Yeah.
transformation. You're not doing it. You're not embedding it. So that's a 4D. Yeah.
So what are some ways then to move into that 5D? Sounds like embodying more?
Yes. So the 5D is interesting one, really. So in the 5D, like it's a presence is the most important thing in my opinion. So because you live in presence moment, and
Mm-hmm.
therefore you are present, right? So presence fuels your influence. Yeah. So for instance, like people feel you before even you talk. And
Yeah.
they know already. Have you ever seen like a people come into the room, everybody turns and then, wow, who is this, right? It's your, energy influence, right? So energy and frequency. I don't know you, Chris. Nowadays, lots of people talk about the quantum energy, frequency, and meditation. Because we are all energy being, we are all
Yes.
frequency, and we all send out different frequencies. Yeah. So the in 5D you need to synchronize really that energy and frequency. And because we are human being, as humans you say humaning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Human being as a body in body world, we need to like integrate the three things together: body, mind, consciousness. So we can synchronize it can be aligned, three things together. Finally, your frequencies are aligned. Can you imagine like your body is a medium? You don't do much exercise, but it's okay. And your brain is a high vibration, like
Yeah.
working, right? Crazy. And your consciousness zero.
Yeah.
What is the integration? What is the alignment there, right? It's so
Yeah.
obvious, isn't it? So I think it starts with as I mentioned, body mind. So exercise 10 minutes will give you at least something to start with, towards that alignment.
Nice. Well, and that what I'm assuming that alignment is when you're in soul fluence.
Absolutely. So that's
Yeah.
Sophia's triad, so that's what I do really, that integration. But everybody's different stage, yeah. And
Yeah.
my job is understanding what is missing, and why there's that as well, right? And unblock that how can it trap or triggers, right? So therefore they can move into another dimension, step by step. And some people very fast, like action driven, high achievers. That's why I love working with the high achievers, because they just do like me.
Mm-hmm.
Some people not. Don't get me wrong. I have a clients, very cautious, very security driven, scientists, engineers, and all that. Take a little bit more time, but once they decided, they go.
Yeah. Well, and I think once they understand that there really is a lot of science behind all of this, right? I think that's also very helpful.
Absolutely. This is a
Yeah.
biology of 5D. I'm not very
Yeah.
strong in biology, but it is. And
Yeah.
it's not just an idea, it's not just a spiritual woo-woo concept. It's a neuroscience, and quantum physics. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny. I've always thought of people say, are you more spiritual? Are you more scientific? Or, are you somewhere in between? I'm like, I think it's just two different viewpoints of the same exact thing.
Absolutely. You
They're
spot
just
on.
talking about it with different words.
Exactly. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think again, people separated that.
Yes.
Not the universe, not the Earth.
Exactly.
The if you see animals, nature, they all living together in a
Hmm.
same world. It's just a human being separated. Spiritual need to be spiritual, and
Yeah.
and you need to be intellectual. And no, it's
Yeah.
a whole humaning. As you mentioned.
Exactly. Yeah. It sounds like then a part of this journey too is overcoming the effects of the ego. Yeah. Anything else you want to say about soul fluence
Um,
or, burnout to
yeah,
brilliance, etc.?
yes, everything about the soul fluence. If you're interested, intrigue you, the word soul fluence, and you are interested in leading by soul. And when I say soul, it's not really about a spiritual or religious connotation. It's about
Yes.
consciousness, yeah, going to
Yeah.
that 5D. If you're ever interested in, everything is on my website. It's my name, www.gracenajean and ajean.com, and then you can see a little bit of my work, my method, and what kind of offer coaching or retreat I do, masterclass I do, everything I do to support that. Seriously, that's my mission. Really, being in this business and intellectual world, bringing the spiritual side and integrating. So finally, we can be us, ourselves.
Yeah. Nice. So I know you do have a retreat coming out soon and probably more in the future. Can you share just a little bit about like what that retreat would look like?
Yes. So I bring someone from US, from New York. So she is a vocal transformation coach. So I just mentioned about a frequency, yeah, and what represent for us anyway, human being, the most frequency. It's just the sound, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of listening other sound and using other sounds, we can create our own sound, right? So if you can open your voice in each center, because we have a 7 centers of energy in body. So what she does is really working on through your own voice, really opening your energy center. So making aligned energy center, yeah. So that's what she does. So I was fascinated by her work. So I invited her. So she comes. So she does in the morning or the vocal, and then really owning your own voice, yeah, itself
Mm-hmm.
as a metaphor, right? And afternoon I work that mind and consciousness. So transformation needs to be done physically. It's not only a body energy fitness. It's not about that, but energetically. And in this world of so busyness, you need to really disconnect. And at least 7 days is a minimum. You need to go out from where you don't have the same car, same bed, same partners, the same job, and everything. Just break out from there, and then you can have that transformation. So that's a total transformational experience. So 7 days, and after that, I created a 777 program, which
Mm.
is 7 days of retreat. But have you ever done yourself like a seminars, like a 7, 10 days, even that? After that, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, just energy goes down, and then you go back to past yourself. Why?
Yeah. When you get in your old environment. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing changed around you. So it's so hard, right? So I was like, how can I make this permanent? Yeah, at least a really strong transformation. So 7 days retreat and then 7 weeks of group coaching. So that 20 people stays in a group and we do coaching session and hold the space and energy and accountability together, 7 weeks. And then after the 7 months of individual coaching. So I make really true integration of all that work. So that's 1 year journey together, the becoming in that 5D
Yeah.
leaders.
Nice. All right. So we'll make sure that your website gets put in the episode description.
Thank you so much.
Sure. And we're at that place where you share your final piece of advice.
Yes. So if I could leave the audience with one thing, achievement doesn't have to mean disconnecting from yourself. When you learn to integrate body, mind, and consciousness, your leadership or self-leadership becomes lighter and more authentic and far more effective. You don't need to push, yeah? And that's the space where influence turns into impact. And thus influence is the one way.
I love it. Oh, thank you so much for joining us today, Grace.
Thank you so much.
Transform your organization with Eanes Training. Our premier interpersonal skills training programs are tailored to enhance your organization's employees in communication, emotional intelligence, leadership, and more. We have a catalog of expert-led courses designed to meet the dynamic needs of today's workforce. With highly engaging in-person, hybrid, and remote sessions, we can help elevate your organization's performance and success. Learn more at eanestraining.com. Thank you for tuning in to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast. We hope you've gained valuable insights to enhance your journey as a human being. Remember, practice makes progress. Keep honing those essential skills, and until next time, keep being the best version of yourself. For more resources, visit eanestraining.com.